Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Path of Exiles 2. This is an action RPG game by Grinding Gears. It's the sequel, obviously, to Path of Exile. And on the launch, it's had over 1 million downloads. A very, very popular game amongst this genre. We're going to jump in right now. We're going to log in. There's a little bit of trouble with people when they first started to log into the game, but it seems to have calmed down a bit now. So we're going to create a new character, a standard or hardcore. We're going to go for a standard character here. And we're going to go OK. And we're going to choose our character. So character creation, we can either pick here, we can have a sorceress, we can have a warrior, we can have a ranger, a witch, a mercenary, a monk, and we can choose between any of these. And then we have to give ourselves a name.
It is a pity to see you like this.
I don't think, because you can't have numbers after your name, and if the name already exists, you're going to have to choose something else.
Made you strong. How were they repaid?
Okay.
Sedition and lies. Speak now if you choose.
Okay, so you've chosen your name. You can choose a standard, hardcore, solo self-found, or a hardcore solo self-found. We're going to go for standard for this game mode. You can see what the warrior is here. And also, if we hover here, it shows you some of their basic moves, and you'll be able to see what these look like. And you can go through all of these different characters and look what they have, but we're going to go for warrior straight off the bat here. All right, so now we've done that, we're going to click on continue. Once we've chosen our name's been accepted, and we can escape.
Quickly, he's escaping.
Okay. Alright, so now we're going to start the game on the riverbank. If this is the first time, if you've never played this genre of game before, I'm going to talk you through it as an absolute beginner. This is the first time you've played this game. So, very good game, a lot of customization. You start off here on the riverbank, and let's just take a moment and have a look at the screen and what we can see here. So in the top right, we've got our map. In the bottom left, we've got our health, which is our life and our shield. You can see that by this ball here. On the right, we've got our mana. So we have our health and our mana. And then first thing we need to do in the middle of the screen here is select a movement type. So do you want mouse or keyboard? You can choose this later in the options menu. We're going to go ahead and choose a mouse for now. We can left click to move around.
Have to keep moving.
Okay, so now we can move around by left clicking. And it says we've got to try and find some safety. And you can see our map up here in the top right hand corner. If I press the tab key, that brings the map over here, so I can kind of see it on the front of the screen. Now you can see the kind of area where you are at the moment, with this little border, and then this blue area is where you have not discovered yet. So as we move over, you see this kind of starts to, just a little bit here, open up so you can see where you're going. Alright. So there's a wounded man over here, we can go and see him. Not much we can do at the moment, except for go and talk to him, so we'll do that.
Glad to see another living soul. The miller went off to warn Clearfell about a strange sickness plaguing our men. I was fixing to go after him, till that bloody thing got to me first. Now, all those who drowned in the flooding, suddenly they ain't so dead no more.
Alright, so
I would appreciate it if you could...
you can see here the dead coming back to life. Alright, so that happens. Now we can pick up a wooden club. So left click. You don't have to click on the item itself, just click on the text.
I'd best hurry.
If I click on wooden club, you'll see I'll pick this up. In the bottom right, it tells me this is a one-handed mace. Physical damage is 6 to 10. Critical hit chance is 5%. And it does 1.45 attacks per second. So pick this up. I now need to equip it. Now, I can use shortcut keys if I want to, or I've got this menu down here, this icon. If I click on this menu, it's going to show me all of the different menus and those shortcut keys. So you will learn them over time. So I can either left click here to open my inventory, or I can press I. If I press I will open up my inventory. I can either press it again to close it, or I can use the X key to close it. So just getting used to how this works with all of the different things. And the overlay map, which we're already doing, was the tab key. So we've got the tab key that moves this into the middle or over into the top right. And we've now got the inventory, so we're starting to learn. Okay, we'll close that bit down. This is your character inventory. You have your left hand and right hand. You have what's active and on your back. That's 1 and 2. You also have here Gloves, you can kind of just see that. There's a belt, there's boots. We can see here this is kind of like our armor, our helmet, some accessories as well. And then here we have, this is our life flask and our mana flask. And you can see these in the bottom left here. Now these are typically bound to keys 1 and 2. I like to change that. If you press the escape key, go into options, I like to go into input and change the flask slot 1 and 2 onto the side of my mouse. It just makes it a lot easier for me to be able to click on them. So might be something you want to consider. Alright, so now what we're going to do is go back into our inventory. This is our space that we have. So we can grab our club and we can equip it. And we now have it here. So now we've got our club. The only other thing on this screen we can see here is our gold. Alright, so now we've got a club. We can left click and we can use that. You can see that here. So this is our left click, our middle mouse wheel, our right click. And then we've got Q, W, E, R and T. No Y. Why? Because, well, why would you? You can see all these keys here that you're going to need. We'll go through these later. Alright, so that's pretty much all you need for now. And that is all of the HUD and the display that you need to worry about. The only other thing we'll just quickly touch on here is the microtransaction shop, which is the M key. As you can see, it's not shown on this menu, but it is here. So if I press M, this kind of opens up where you've got your user. You can buy coins if you want to. They're real money, so you can buy these points and then you can use them in the shop to go and buy things. If you want to buy pets or weapons or visual effects or anything like that, if you want to go and buy these things, you can. You don't need to, but if you want to, you can go and do that and buy a pet rock. Just cosmetics that cost money throughout the game. So I'm not going to do that, but that's an option that's there as well. So that's the microtransactions. Okay, so this flashing thing here is going to tell us what we need to do. We need to find Clearfell. So that's what we're going to work to do. And the only other thing you've got here is this chat, which we can open. And then this will have global chat, which is everybody else. You can turn that off if you don't want the noise. Local chat and everything else. So all your different chat windows. All right. Now, we've gone through everything we need to do. We can see here we need to search for the miller and find safety in Clearfell. So we're going to move along. And as we do, you're going to start to see some enemies pop up. This is someone who's been drowned. So as I walk up to them, I can left click on them to attack them. They'll take 2 hits and they'll die. Nice and simple. And that's it. So we're going to keep moving using the left mouse button. Find these guys. Picked up a leather vest there. So you're always going to spawn in a different location. It's not going to be the same. You're going to have to move away, move towards them, hit them, and just get used to these basic controls as you're killing these people. Now, as you can see here, your life is going down as you're getting attacked. Now, because I've chose to rebind my keys, I can now press my middle mouse wheel or my sidebar, my side button, and I can refill my health. Same for the mana. So you do want to keep an eye on these, make sure you don't die. If you're playing on hardcore and you die, that's it. Alright, so now we're going to move over here. Alright, just going to keep doing this. Just getting used to the basic controls. Go to the large chest, pick up a shield. Just run away for a minute. I can press I. I can now put this shield up here. And I've also got some armor that I can put on as well. So now I've got a shield that I can use. As you can see, my shield now, raising the shield, is my right mouse button. I do that.
Fear will best you.
And this guy now is going to hit the shield. And I can hit him. Okay, so now I've got a shield. I've got some armor, just some basic armor. I can also use the middle mouse wheel to zoom in and out. And you can see your character. Okay, so we're going to keep going. Walking over here, some more people to kill. They'll only take 2 hits. It's nice and easy. It doesn't really give you too much to worry about at the start. Alright, and now we're going to grab this, which is
Now this might be just
a skill gem. So coming back to our inventory, we can now see we have what is called a skill gem. So we're going to talk about the skill tree. The skill tree is something that we can access by pressing the G key. Press the G key, you're going to open up your skills panel. Skills panel here shows you you've got your raised shield and your mace strike. So the mace strike is something that we can do here with the left mouse and the raising the shield with the right. So those 2 skills are currently available. What we can now do is left click to pick up this skill gem. And by the way, if you close the skill menu, if you pick up a skill gem, it will automatically open up the skills menu for you. So now what you can do is take that skill and place it into a skill slot. So I'll put it into an empty slot. And now I have a new skill. So I can see I have my raised shield, my mace strike, and I've now got this new skill called a rolling slam. And I can place this wherever I want. I'm going to put it under the Q, but I can also move it if I want to. I can put it wherever I want. Just click on it and repound it, put it into another location. So it's now in both of these locations. So if I wanted to, I can move it. I can clear this slot if I want to. I can make this move only. I can do other things as well. So there's a punch here. You can see there's different things that I can do. And I can basically just set up all of my skills from my left, middle, right mouse button, Q, W, E, R, and T. Okay, so with that being said, that's the skills. Nothing else I need to do at this stage. But now I can use my new skill. Press Q. And he does a double roll.
What power!
And you can see that when I do that, it uses up my mana. So I press it, my mana goes down. I press it again. And if I keep using this over and over again till my mana runs out, now my mana is low. And I can now use the flask, if I wanted to replenish my mana. Or, if I was, it's going to make me do that, so I have to do it. But if I continue to do this now, what you'll notice is after a moment of not doing anything, the mana will start to restore itself. So mana automatically restores itself. If I want to restore it quicker, I just need to be able to use these. There we go. So they're now both full. Okay, so that's the basics. We understand how to use our inventory. We understand now how to attach skills. And we understand the health and the mana. So we're going to keep moving. Looking at the map here, we can see we're actually going back the wrong way. We want to go this way, so we're going to turn around. Come up here. Pressing tab. And we're just going to head up to this checkpoint. Checkpoint will replenish your mana and your health and allow you to continue on. And if you die at this point, you'll just come back to this checkpoint. Checkpoints are good. Keep an eye on those. Okay, so now we've got a couple of different ways we can go. We can come up here if we want to. A couple of people to kill here. We're going to keep coming up. If you want to know where you are, you can just, again, press that button to the tab button to have a look around and get a better idea where we're going. The porcupines here, we can see these. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now introduce you to a dodge, which is the space bar. So now if you press the space bar, you can roll. It's really, really important to learn this. If something's attacking you, you can dodge out of its way, hit it, dodge out of its way, and continue on your journey. From over here, we're going to press the Q key at this point. Do one of these rolls. We'll do another one here to kill these guys. And you see our health is getting quite low, so we're going to just recover our health. Dodge this. Okay. So a little bit more now than what you had before, but good to get used to it. You can use the shield, you can use the skills, or you can just use the attack. And also we can punch as well. So lots of different options to be able to use so far. Let's continue. We're going to go up here. And these guys, nice and easy at the moment. Just 2 hits.
Tempered by victory.
And now, because we've killed so many enemies, we've leveled up. Now that we've leveled up, we can open up the menu and see there is another screen here called the passive skill tree. This is the P. So I can either click on this item here or this icon here, press P, or I can go through the menu. They all do the same thing. They open up this skill tree. These are your passive skills. So here is your hero. Depending on which hero you choose, you will start on one of these slots. So because I'm on strength, because I'm a warrior, I'm over here. If you chose the monk, for example, you would start over here, etc, etc. Now I have 2 options for passive skills. I can either go for plus 20 armor, or I can go for plus 10 increased melee damage. So I can either go for plus 10% damage, or I can go for plus 20 armor. Now, it's not so much about what you choose, but it's the track that you take from here. So if I choose plus 10% damage, I then open up 2 options. I can go along this path, or I can come on this inner path. So this next one will be plus 8% increased damage. Then I can go across here to plus 8, plus 10, plus 10. So I can go for a lot of extra damage. Or this way I can go for a stun build up. So I can either go damage or stun. If I wanted to, I can go this way and do plus 20 armor. Then I can do another plus 20 armor. Then I can go for, again, stun threshold. So this is stun build up. This is stun threshold. And this way, I can also go for life regeneration. Getting across to one of these main ones, which is plus 15% increased armor, plus 0.5% life per second, plus 10 to strength. So if I want to go this way, this one's going to give me stun build up, melee damage. So I can either go for a damage or a sustain at the moment, until I get to this place where I get plus 80% increased armor from equipped body armor. So if I want to go for the damage this way, I can do that so I can kill people quicker. If I want to go for the sustain, I can do that. And you can start to build out different paths. If I wanted to, I could move all the way around, come back over the other way, and start to really like build out a character however I want. And that's the beauty of this game, is when you zoom out and look, there are an incredible amount of, or incredible selection, should I say, of passive skills for you to be able to choose from. So, right now, we're going to go for some damage. The reason we're going to do that, we'll cancel that one. We'll take melee damage here. The reason we're going to apply this point, we're going to get that 10% melee damage. Excellent. That's done. We press escape to come back out. And let's continue on our journey. So another checkpoint here. We'll keep moving over. Alright, and now you can see we've got to the first boss, which is the bloated Miller. So now we press the spacebar to dodge.
Is that you?
He's going to chase us. And what we need to do now with all of these mini bosses or big bosses is we need to find out what is their pattern, like how are they going to attack us. He runs, and then we have to try and hit him.
Don't do this.
We have to dodge. Now he's going to do this, which is an attack, and you can see that's taking a lot of our life. Every time we hit him, you can see in the top right, damage that he does. So if I hit him, I've just done 11 damage. If I hit him again, I've done 22. This stacks, 33, 43. As you can see, I'm doing more and more damage every time I hit him. 88, 98, 107. So as you can see, I'm doing some big damage here, and it's stacking. So every time I hit him, I press spacebar, I move out of his way, I hit him again. As you can see, doing huge amounts of damage now. And if I move away for too long and hit him, it resets. So the more combos that you can do on somebody, the more damage you can do to them. Oh. And what I'm trying to do at the moment is I'm trying to kill him, not worry too much about anything else that's here. I'm trying to dodge all of his attacks, keep an eye on my health, making sure I don't die. Hitting him until he dies. That's it. Now I still got to go and kill the other guys. I can use my skill for this. Okay. And now I can pick up this lesser mana flask. Okay. So that's how you will kill a boss. You have to figure out what their patterns are, avoid the damage, or avoid their damage, make sure you're doing damage to them, and you want to make sure that you're trying to combo as many hits as you can without dying, making sure that you're replenishing your health as and when you need to. Alright, that was a good intro to a first boss. Now we can go through this area into the Clearfell encampment. Okay, so the Clearfell encampment is kind of like your village, if you like, or your home area. We'll just come through to here. It's a safe area, so you're not going to be able to fight or use any skills or weapons in here. Alright, and now what we're going to do is talk to Renly.
Where have you been,
who is the blacksmith.
I've been worried sick. I looked for you everywhere after those soldiers came for
But this
you,
is your dad.
When I found neither hide nor hair, I had to believe, well, it's a good thing you managed to escape the Count's justice. Let's just say that. It seems the first ones have graced us with fortune.
Okay.
We could sorely use your strength in these dark times.
So now we've been given a reward, and this reward is an uncut skill gem. So we click on this and put it in our inventory.
There's a beast of particular dark power stalking us out in the felling. It moves unseen under the dirt and attacks without warning. We can't leave the walls to find food, and I've been unable to corner and slay the beast myself.
Okay.
Now, if you could channel your violence against this devourer, as Finn calls it, we'd be indebted to you.
All right, so now we've got a quest. If we accept this quest, we're going to get an uncut support gem, and we're also going to get some gold as a reward. So we'll accept the quest. Okay. We've got to slay the Devourer. So now what we can do is we can continue talking. We've just done the introduction. So we can talk about the miller.
It's a shame what happened to old Brannock. He was a kind man in life, but I can't say I'll miss the creature he became. Oh, he tried to batter his way in for 5 full days once he rose again. Well, we thought we were done for. But then you came along, and I'm glad you did.
All right, so now we can talk about Ogham.
This part of Farrell has been a fair home for many an Essamite generation. The clans didn't always get along, but we had to settle our feuds when the Eternals laid their savage boot upon us. We weren't able to take part in the Bloody Flowers Rebellion, but we had our share of conflict with them here. Their ruins run over the top of ours, fighting a silent war in stone.
So you just basically learn about the lore here, and then we can go into Clearfell.
Well, this place was never meant to house this many people, especially not the sick and injured. But there's nowhere else to go. The monsters creeping out of the forest keep us locked within these wooden walls, and the Count's tyranny has made outlaws of everyone here. So nobody's coming to save us. I don't have the heart to tell the others I don't see a way to survive this. I put on a brave face, but it's the truth.
All right, so that's all of the introduction lore. The next thing we can do is buy or sell items. So if we click on
Here's
this,
what I've got.
this is what we can buy, and it costs gold. You can see how much gold we've got here. Because we've already got a lesser mana flask, which means we don't need another one. So what we can do here, even though it's an unidentified item, if it's unidentified, you can't equip it, you can't use it. Now, to identify an item, you first have to have a Scroll of Wisdom. Scroll of Wisdom, you pick them up as you kill enemies. You right-click on the Scroll of Wisdom, and then you use it by left-clicking onto an unidentified item. Now, I can sell this right now for 4 gold. However, if I was to right-click on this and open it, I can now sell it for 10 gold. It now tells me what it is, and I can now equip it. So because this is a lesser mana flask of the Apprentice, if I look at this one recovers 50 mana over 2 seconds. This one does the same, but it's got a 15% reduced charge per use, which means if I take this one out and I put this one in its place, well, now it only consumes 8 of the 60 charges on use, so it's a little bit more efficient. So what I can do now is take this one and sell it, and I just drop it over to the left here, let go, and I get that free gold. All right, so that's how I can do that. Now you'll see this is empty, whereas the other one was full. All I need to do is walk over to the well. You see this is empty? Walk to the well, and it's all full. So full health, full flasks, and now full mana as well. All right, all good so far. I can unlock this waypoint, which allows me to travel between one point and another. There's a proclamation that I can read.
Of the Count of Ogham.
I'll let you do that later. And there's some other people you can talk as you're walking around this little area here. So there's Una, who'll give you a mission if you go there. Renly up here, if you talk to him. And there's Finn here as well. If I talk to Finn...
Oi, it's you! You're Renly's foundling. Renly's son, aren't you? Good to finally meet you. I am Finn, and I shall be your humble provider of useful and diverse objects. That are most definitely not scrounged or stolen. If I don't got it, I can get it. You just let me know.
Alright, so I can go through the lore, but I can also just go to buy or sell items, and I can see what they have available. So as you can see here, broken into tasks here, this is going to be weapons, and then here we've got armor, and here we're going to have shields, and then other things as well. So we can buy these things, see how much they cost. But we can also just close that down if we need to and say goodbye.
See you.
The other thing we have here, as well as the waypoint, the well, we also have our stash. Click on stash and you can open up all of your inventory. I can move stuff across, put it over here if I don't want to carry it with me, and I can keep stuff, and I've got different stashes available. I can also create folders within my stash if I want to, so I can have different folders in my stash. So just another thing that we can create here. There's a new folder here, got a stash, I can rename that now. So I can call this main if I want to. And now I've got this main folder. Create a new folder if I want to. Etc, etc. So if I want to add new tabs, I have to go and buy them. Yep, that's one of those things. But we don't need any of those, so we can go ahead and rename the game. So we don't need stash at the moment, but that's there. These are actually other players here. So there's going to be other players that you can see. Alright, let's resume the game. Okay. So, everything that we need so far. These are other real people that are playing the game as well. They run around, so they're playing their own version of the game, but you can see them. Alright, so what we need to do now is search Clearfell for the entrance to the Mud Burrow and slay the Devourer in its lair. So, opening up our map, we can see there's the door over to Clearfell there. So we can go into Clearfell. Oh, we have an uncut skill gem, so we have to do that first. Press I. So this is an uncut skill gem. So what we have to do here is press right mouse button, and now we can cut it. What that means is that to cut a skill gem is to choose a skill. Now we already have the Rolling Slam, we've done that already. We now have Bone Shatterer and Earthquake, 2 new skills. So we get to choose which one we want. Each different weapon has different skills. So these are for the crossbow, this would be for the sword, the spear, etc, etc. We can't do these because we don't have this weapon. We can also click on all gems and see everything we can do. Because we're using a mace right now, we're going to click on mace. I'm going to go for earthquake and I'm going to engrave this. So now I've got this skill, which is exactly the same as the skill I picked up before. I click this. When I pick up a skill, I can attach it. Now that I've attached it to a slot, I can pick up the skill and place it in my hotbar. Simple as that. So now we know how skills work. All right, now we're going to go to Clearfell. And we've got our 2 skills. And what we're trying to do here is we're going to clear this area. So if we look at the map here, you can kind of see we're just coming into this area, Clearfell. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a look around and we're going to kill everything that comes up. So scroll of wisdom there. We'll start to the left and we'll just work our way around the outside. Kind of just taking out anything we see.
Crush them!
Using spacebar if we need to run away. Remember, we don't have much armor at the moment. We have damage, but not much armor. So we're going to be going through our health. We also managed to pick up an item here, which was torn gloves, but they're unidentified. Because they're unidentified, we can't attach them. So we right-click, identify it. Now we can add them. If they're unidentified, normally it's because they're special. If they're special, it's because they'll say of. So this is Lesser Flask, but it's not only a Lesser Mana Flask, it's a Lesser Mana Flask of the Apprentice. So if it's an of, that means it's special or it's different, and you'll normally need to identify those before you can use them. If it's just standard, you'll be able to use it. So this is Precise Torn Gloves of Absorption, which means that it not only has an energy shield of 9, but it has 32 plus 32 to accuracy and gains 3 mana per enemy killed. Okay, let's continue. Close down our inventory and we're going to keep going around the outside here. If you die, you'll just go back to the last checkpoint, which for us is now here, so that's good. Right, we'll kill this guy, takes 3 hits. Another one over here. And then we'll take this abandoned stash. There's an uncut skill gem, so we'll go ahead and cut that by right-clicking. And now we'll take the Bone Shatterer and engrave that. Take the skill, add it to the slot, and then take the skill and add it here. So now I've got my skills. I've got my Q, my W, and my E. Excellent.
I
Notice
have received reports of a number of villagers hiding at the Clearfell logging site. Travel there and convey my order to return. Anyone refusing my authority should be considered a traitor and a criminal. Deal with them as you see fit, but bring their bodies back to the manor.
All right. We're going to keep going around the outside here. Try out our new skill that we got. There we go. That's a really cool little skill we got there. Try the other one we got here. So this one, press the W on the floor, wait a few seconds, and then it kind of spikes. Alright, so we know we've got 3 different skills that we can use now. These are rotten walls. Doing a bit of damage, so we're going to heal ourselves from the flask. We could use the shield as well if we want to. Different ways to play the game. You choose the way you want to play. Do you want to play from a ranged hero? Do you want to play someone that is more defensive? Do you want to play for someone who's more just going to attack? No right or wrong way to play it. You've got to just choose what's best for you. So I'm dodging the attacks, especially when she's doing stuff on the ground here. These little guys that do some damage. And try and kill them off. Every time you kill someone, you do refill your flask, and we do have a bit of a shield on the outside as well, we can see here. We'll keep building that up. There's a trunk here, we'll take that. Some gold, scroll of wisdom, and then we keep going. So again, just working around this outside, looking at the map. As we keep going, we're going to start exploring new areas. Right, more people here, we're going to go in and kill these. So that area on the floor, you can see this one here is going to, there we go, before it fires. So it kind of gives you a pre-warning of what's about to happen. Just so you can kind of get yourself out of the way. The vile hag. Oh. Keep moving around. Excellent. I'm going to have a little look up here. It's a little dead end. I'm looking in the map on the top right. Keeping an eye on my health bar. And just clearing out the enemies as we go through. I'm not really going into the middle area at the moment. We have just found the grid. So this is what we've got to find is search Clearfell to find the Mud Burrow entrance. We found the Grellwood. The Grellwood is an area where we can move to. But we're not going to do that just yet. Oh, nearly died there. Got to be careful. Because we don't have that armor. So what we want to do is keep killing these enemies to level up. Then maybe get that plus 20 armor just so we've got a bit more sustainability. So we don't die. As you can see at the moment we're dying quite quickly. We can press I. We've got some boots here. Now these are standard boots, so we can just put them straight on. We've also got a wrapped quarterstaff. So wrapped quarterstaff. What we could do is we could add that as a second item. So the reason we can do that is because we have a club and a shield or a quarterstaff. So we can have them both if we want to. So if I now use my middle mouse button, I'm going to use my quarterstaff attack. And if I use my left mouse button, I'm going to use my club attack. So I now have 2 weapons. So I can use both of these. But because this is a 2-handed weapon, I cannot have a shield with it. That is why you'll see this has no second slot. It is the second slot. So it's in my left hand and my right hand. Which means if I try and put a shield here, it will remove the quarterstaff. Now because this is a single-handed wooden club, I can have that and a shield. Left and right hand. Okay. Let's continue around the edge. Coming up to here.
Crush them!
Nice. Oh, we will get this guy here. So what I can do is I can put that down here, move over here. These guys are going to move. There we go. Kill them all at once. So you can sort of set traps and plan out your attacks if you want to. So I can do the same thing here. Look, I can put this down, get these guys to chase me. As they walk over it, they kind of get stunned by it. Same thing here. Walk over here. As they're walking, takes a few seconds, kills them. So you can use range attacks, you can use traps, you can use brute force. It's really up to you what you want to do. Alright, another skill point here. So we could go for another 8% damage. We could also go for a stun build up. But now what we're going to do is 20 armor and apply that. So now we've got our 10% damage and our plus 20 armor. Going to make us a little bit more survivable. And here's the Mud Burrow. So search Clearfell to find the Mud Burrow entrance where we found it. That was what we were looking for. If we look on a map now, you can see We've gone all the way around the outside here. Found the Grell wood. Come all the way to here to the mud burrow. I'm not going to go in there yet, but there is a waypoint. If I click on that, I can open up the waypoint. And this now gives me a map where I can see where I am. So this was a riverbank where we started. Okay, that was the bloated miller that we killed. We come along to here. That was Clearfell encampment. That was the camp we were in. We've now come this way into Clearfell. And we can go to the mud burrow. We can go to the Grell wood because we found a way to that. And there's a rotten pack as well. So there's someone else to kill here as well. And there's also a mysterious campsite. So different things to find. Alright, so if I click on waypoint, I can go and see this. Also, I can get here by pressing U. This is the world screen. So U opens up the world screen. So you can see now we've got I, G, P. We've got C, which we haven't opened yet. This is the character screen. This shows you your level, where you are, what you're in. Strength, which is your life. So for every 1 strength, you get 2 life. For every 5 strength, you get 1 strength support gem capacity. Dexterity, which is your accuracy, and intelligence, which is your mana. Then you've got your life, your energy shield, which goes around the outside, your mana, and then your spirit. Spirit is something that will come later. You've got armor, evasion, and block, and then resistances against fire, lightning, cold, and chaos. Alright, and then this shows you all of the things that you've got here as you can build them up and learn more about them. So, as you can see, quite a lot, very in-depth. Lots to go through. What we're going to do is, rather than go straight into the mud burrow, we're just going to keep walking around the outside.
Dodge this!
And we're just going to kill all these guys. And just finish off this area. So, because this is Clearfell, we want to open up this map. Okay. Almost back to the start now. There's a chest here, we'll take that. Some standals and some wisdoms. We'll take those. And that's it, we're back to the start. So, you can see here we've done a lap completely around the outside. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to come back this way and fill in this little bit here that I missed. Okay, so now we've done that. And now we can just start to work. Now we've done the complete outer area. Now we can just start to work a little bit more through the middle here. Just jump out of their way. There's 2 of them, so we've got to be very careful. Oh, we actually nearly died there. We're actually on fire at the moment, so that's not good. That was because we got caught out in that circle there. Right, so I saw my health go down. I managed to use some of my flask. Now we're all good. If I died there, I'd have to go all the way back to that previous checkpoint, which is not good at the moment because it means that what I would have to do is go all the way back around the outside again. You've got to try not to die if you can help it. Especially at the moment as there are no checkpoints by doing this. Alright, we continue around the outside. Again, I'm just using that map on the right hand side now. Clearing all of these guys out. There's a couple more here. Once they're dead, they're dead. We haven't got to come back and kill them again. Okay. All this is doing is helping us to level up in the early stages, which is nice. I'm not going to go in that middle section just yet. We'll come back to that in a minute. Just work our way around the outside first. Alright, using our skills there. So that was a Q and an E. Managed to clear that part. And that armor is helping us. We're definitely a lot more sustainable now. And survive a lot more because of it. We've got a leather vest. And all this time we're leveling up our experience. Okay, working more into the middle. Very nice. Looking at the map, as you can see, we're just here at the moment. We'll come across this bit. And there's another checkpoint just here. So now we've done this checkpoint, we're going to come into this middle section. And this is another boss. So we're going to try and fight this boss. Alright, let's do this. So what we're going to try and do is the constant hits. You can see by their health, by doing this. Got to make sure you're not on the white areas there. Try and do some damage. Getting out of this area. Quite easy to kill, and as you can see, doing quite a bit of damage. Got to get off these spikes. Gonna heal up. Using the spacebar. Actually stuck at the moment. There's not really much we can do here. Have to come back in. Just heal up. Now because we left and come back in, we've got to kill a shield before we can do this. So. Nice. Okay, so I managed to kill her. That was good. If ever you leave the area and come back, there'll be a shield you'll have to work through. But they won't regain their health. So we're going to grab all of that stuff. Alright. So we've cleared that area now. We'll come back and just clear out this little bit around here. We'll come out the bottom here.
Destruction!
Alright, let's just kill these. Nice and easy. Again, using that mana up, using those skills. And we're pretty much done. Last little bit here now. Okay. And that's it. So as you can see on the map now, we've actually uncovered the entire area. There's 2 checkpoints. We did that thing there. We've got the mud burrow that we need to go to and the Grellwood. So this gives you an idea of the levels, if you like, the areas. So this is Clearfell, Monster Level 2, Standard League. All right. Now we need to go and carry on. So we need to go to search Clearfell to find the mud burrow entrance, which we found. We can now go in. And then already, I think this has given you a good understanding of this game and how it works.
How
So
deep
now
does it go?
it's exactly the same as before. Now we have to go through here. Now we're now in the mud burrow. So as we're walking through, one of the things you'll find is new enemies. Every new level or new area shows you new enemies. So we can go through this way. Kill these guys. Alright, they take quite a bit of hurt, so we'll keep working through those, but about 5 or 6 hits to get rid of these guys. Meaning this club is really not ideal. Quite a lot to be able to do this, and if I look at my inventory, I don't really have... I've got a wand, leather vest, got a leather vest. This is a twig focus. Let's open this up. Alright, so this is a shield. So it gives me a load of extra bonuses on top of this one, so we could use that instead. So we've now got this twig shield. Also got, that's a quest item, so we can't do anything with that. We've got some straw sandals, but they're not really going to be worth too much, to be honest. A couple of pairs of straw sandals there. Keep the rawhide boots. They're a little bit better. Alright. So now what it's telling us to do is it's saying inventory is full, so left click the portal button to create a back portal to town. Click that button, now we have a portal, we can go back to town. Now what we can do is move stuff into our stash. We can also at this point go and heal up at the well. We can come across to Finn if we want to, and we can buy and sell items. So if we've got multiple items, you can hold down control and left click to sell them instantly. We don't want them. We want to identify what this one is. This one's got loads of extra stuff on it. This is going to give us life generation, 1.1 life regeneration per second. Because these are like legendary boots. So we've got cold resistance, a lot of other stuff here. So we're going to take these boots off. We're going to put these ones back on. Because look at all these extras that we now get as a result of that. Okay, excellent. So we've got those. I don't really, I feel like, want this at the moment. It does say it requires level 3, which we are. We're level 3. But it also says, if we look on our character here, we're level 3, which is fine, but we need 9 intelligence, and we've only got 7. What that means is that we can't use this because we don't have enough intelligence to use this item. So, as a result of that, what I'm going to do right now is click on Finn,
None of it's junk.
and I'm just going to sell
Not
it.
sure what I'm going to do with it, but
Leather
cheers.
vest. I've got a leather vest, so I can sell that. These boots, much better, so I'm going to sell the other boots. Just get rid of all the stuff I don't need. Don't want that shield anymore because I've got this one. But I now don't have race shield. Race shield is no longer an option for me. I have this one instead, so it gives me a load of bonuses, but I can't use that extra skill that I had, which was race shield. But that's fine. I don't want that. So just drag that across to sell it. All right, so I've sold everything I need. I can now go back through the portal, back to the mud burrow. And you can do that as long as you're not in a boss fight. At any point, you can do that. Just go back, heal up, come back, sell some stuff, and you can do that anytime. But that's fine. So we're going to keep going. You can see like loads of stuff here. We'll kill all of these. And we're green right now because we've been poisoned. So when we're poisoned, you can kind of see that does tick damage. It continually does damage. Alright. We've got to be very careful. Because we're fighting these guys. They can do a lot of damage to us. They can really hurt us. You can see our health going down quite a lot. We've got to use dodges wherever we can. Take a hit, dodge, hit, dodge. Okay, we'll keep going.
Hammer and anvil!
Nice. And we've leveled up. Okay, so skill point. What we're going to do with this skill point. Stun threshold. We can go for life regeneration. Or we can keep going for our melee damage. So we've got a choice here. Now, we only have 20 armor at the moment. If we do this one, that's another 20 armor. So that's 40 armor now. We're going to apply that. Now we've got a huge amount of armor. Which is really nice for us. So if we look at our character, we can see now. Having a look at how much armor we're starting with now. What it does and what we can do as a result of that. So, good to have that. So, armor reduces physical damage from hits. Damage reduction is proportional to the size of the hit. And is more effective at reducing smaller hit. So, good to have that. Okay. Let's head back. So as you can see, these guys now, they're hitting us and they're hardly doing any damage to us now. In fact, our shield is what is going down. Our health still goes down quickly. So you've got to be careful with the health, but what you'll notice is the shield that sits above the health. So as long as I just wait. Got some chainmail here. That's another 25 armor if I use it. Now this one's got 30 evasion. Right, look at this one. This one's got 23% increased armor and evasion. So 31 armor, 20 evasion, which is not as good as the evasion on this one, but it also gives us plus 8% to cold resistance. We're going to go and swap that one out. It's a better armor for us to have. All right. We also have this uncut skill gem, but this is a level 2 skill gem. So if I right click on this now, I can now go to level 2. So I can upgrade something if I want to. And I'm going to go for the Bone Shatterer. If you look at this, attack damage goes from 100 to 110%. So you can also see what it requires in terms of levels of strength and what it does. So when dual wielding, both weapons will hit with 30% less damage. Okay, cannot cause stun build up. This one will go from 40 to 44%, and this one will go from 1.5 seconds to total attack. We're going to do the Bone Shatterer. We could also, by the way, if we wanted to go to all gems, look at other things that we have available. So we could do some other stuff. Now, we can't do Unearth at the moment, but we can have a look at some of the other items that are available. Falling Thunder, Killing Palm. This requires us to be either unarmed or quarterstaff. this is quarterstaff, and because we've got a quarterstaff on our back, we can do these items and use them. So you just got to kind of start to think about what kind of a build you're going to go for. We're going to go at the moment for a mace build for now. Later on, we might go for an axe, but we haven't got that at the moment. Don't forget this is early access. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go with a Bone Shatterer, upgrade that to level 2. That's now level 2, so we don't have to do anything else, it's automatically upgraded. Alright, let's go. Test out our new skill, ready? You can see our shield, so as he's hitting us, he's hitting our shield. He's not actually hurting our health, just our shield. Alright, now that shield's going back up. And the armor's helping with that.
Face me!
Now, these guys have got extra energy shields, so doing damage to them, but they're taking a bit of hurt. Okay, and now we're fully healed because we just got to the checkpoint. Looking on the map, we can see coming through this way. We're now in what's called a hatchery. We just killed this one guy. Okay, nice and easy. And now we can go and open all these eggs up, and they're going to give us some items. So loads and loads of stuff in here. We'll pick up everything we can, and then we'll have a look and see what we got here. So, alright, we've got a new shield here. If we were to go ahead and... So these are two shields. This is just a standard one. This one is, because it's a shield of the cloud, it's going to give us plus 45% block chance and plus 8% lightning resistance. Well, could be a better one to have. I've got to kind of look, that gives us 10 armor as well. I think if we swap that out for the moment, kind of figure out what's best. We've got a rattling scepter there as well. This is a lesser mana flask, so it's not as good. Lesser mana flask, we don't want either of those. Straw sandals, definitely not as good as the ones we've got. Tattered robe, also not as good as what we've got. So, okay. We've got a crude bow if we wanted to. So if we wanted to get rid of the staff, we can go for a bow instead, give us some range. That will give us some range. But we really do want to get a better weapon. We don't have a very good weapon at the moment. So what we can do, because of where we are, also we can start to remove some stuff at the moment. You can kind of see from where we are, we're struggling at the moment. We can't pick this item up. But one of the things we can start to do is start to move this stuff about that we've got here. And this isn't going to help, but it does allow us to... And we can't pick that up at the moment because there's nowhere for it to go. And you can't... I don't think so, or I've not found a way yet for us to be able to rotate stuff. So maybe you can, but I've not found a way to do it. I can drop one. The other one has to stay there. So what we're going to do... We're going to go back, create a portal, and we're going to head back. Now we just pop to the well very quickly, just get into the habit of doing that, and we'll go to Finn. If we want to put something in the stash, we can, or we can just simply buy and sell stuff we don't want. So I don't want that. I'm actually not bothered about this or this. I'll get rid of that one. This one we don't need. That's pretty basic. And also, this one's unidentified. This one's basic. So what I'll do is identify that.
Cheers.
Recovers 72 mana. But this one recovers 50. This one's 72. So 25% increased charges gained, 43% increased amount recovered. But this one's going to be better to have. So we'll go ahead and sell that one instead.
Not bad.
We'll keep this, but we're not going to use it right now. We'll keep these two because these two come in handy. And so what we'll do is we'll go to our stash. And in our stash, we'll just stick that in there for now. We'll talk about that later. Just to keep things just nice and clean. We've also got this Head of the Winter Wolf, which is for a quest. It's a quest item, but we're not using it right now. So we'll keep holding that for later. Alright, we're going to go and fill up our mana at the well. And back to the mud burrow. Now we can pick up that we forgot, or that we couldn't pick up before. And we carry on looking around. So we've done that checkpoint. Now we need to come down this way. And we'll go and have a look down here, so... Nice and easy. Now, before we carry on, we might just want to wait for our shield to come back up. Okay. There's a locker here. We'll grab that. A few more things to pick up. As you can see now, we're coming through to this area. When it opens up like this, you're getting close. One of these will be the layer of the boss. But that shield's doing a great job. All the extra armor that we've got, keeping us alive so we can keep fighting. And we're just going to keep moving around. Okay, so there's another checkpoint here. So nothing else there we really care about at the moment. I'll go to this checkpoint. And that must mean we're probably near to the boss. Let's keep looking. Could be that it's down here. We'll go look this way. Yep, here we go. You can see there it says Vile Nest. Look, it's a Vile Nest. So this is going to be the boss now. All right, so we're going to get into the next fight. So it says find the Devourer and slay it. All right, here we go. Vile Nest. There's the Devourer.
Has twisted it into a nightmare.
All right, so as you can see, it's going to keep spitting at us. We can keep walking around. We've got to attack it though. So we get close enough, a couple of hits, move out of its way, and when it goes green, just get far out of the way. As soon as that goes green, get out of the way. Then come back through, dodge it, make sure you're out of this. This stuff's going to really hurt you. Let your shield just recover. A couple of hits. Remember, you do these hits on him, you're going to do more damage. When he goes green, get out of the way. That stuff's really, really dangerous. And he's going to protect himself. And he's going to go onto the ground. Go into a fight with him now. Get out of his way. Once he goes green, get out of his way. That poison does loads and loads of damage to it. It's not good. And also he puts it all around him. Just got to wait for it to... And that really hurts when he hits you, so... Again, he's gone green, move out the way. Now he's got a tail as well we've got to avoid, so tail as well as the head. As you can see, it gets quite challenging to kill him. Loads of these guys. What we're going to do is we're going to... Now we'll do that. This. Just to kill them off. Right, let's go back up to him. Alright, so he's up here, we'll run up. Figure out where he is, he's still up here, he's got all of that poison around him though, so we're just going to wait for that. It'll disappear in a minute. There is always going to be a way we can get into it. There you go, it's all disappeared now. Quite easy to kill. Again, this is what every boss is going to be like. Just going to have to find a pattern, find what works. I don't mind going toe for toe with him at the moment. I've got a lot of shield, quite tanky. But he can kill you, so you do have to be careful. That shield, as soon as that shield's gone, very easy. If you don't get a good head start on him, it's quite hard to catch up, especially if you start falling behind. And also, if you get caught out, sometimes as it gets harder, you can really find yourself in a bit of an awkward situation. As you can see there, the poison eats away at your shield. See where he's going to come up. There's no shield left, so we're going to move out of the way. Spray all that stuff on us. The towel as well, all coming out. We'll try and find that head. Okay, he's almost dead. Oh, make sure you don't get caught when he comes out of the ground, because it will hurt you. As soon as that shield's done, he'll start doing some real damage really quickly. You'll start seeing your HP go down. So keep that shield up as long as you can. Depending on obviously the build that you've gone for, make sure you avoid that poison. It's really dangerous. That stuff eats away at you. Alright, and that should be enough. There he is. Alright, so we'll take all of these items.
A horrific task. But to protect Clearfell, I'll do it again.
Yep. Horrible little thing. Can't really see it, but you get the idea. Alright. So now we can continue to look around in here if we want to, or we can just go back to the portal because we have to go into the community for our reward. So far, so good. Renly is up here. What's your dad?
Ah, finally! Took down the Devourer, did you? Oh, that's incredible! This is the first real success we've had against the darkness. We can breathe a bit easier now, perhaps even go out and gather food. Now, this won't cover our debt to you, not nearly, but take it as thanks.
Alright, now we have a support gem. So, if I right-click on a support gem, I can add support for different items. So, if I wanted to go for the mace, I can add different things to the mace. So, fire infusion, or lacerate, or even rage. If I wanted to go for one of the bone shatterer, I can add different effects to it. So for the mace, if I want to go for a lacerate, this does have the ability to inflict bleeding. So I can do that. Support skill grants free rage on melee hit. So rage is something else we can have. So all these different things that we can have here. We'll go for lacerate, we'll engrave that. And what you'll now see is that is automatically engraved onto mace strike. I can pick it up and move it if I want to. Put it onto the quarter strike instead. I'm going to leave it on mace strike. Alright. Very nice. So, all done. That's it so far. I have no other quests or anything at the moment. Nothing else to do here. I can talk to Renly if I want to. I can buy, sell items. So if I wanted to identify, let's say, these items here. Anything that's red here is pretty much going to be unidentified. Or if it is identified, it just means that I don't have enough. So this one needs more intelligence, this one needs more dexterity. Why I can't use them. Alright, anything that I don't want, I can either sell. If I don't want to sell it, I can simply... That's got 10 armor. That's got 10 armor. Block chance 25%. That's got a 36% block chance. So we're going to keep that one. So we'll sell that. I don't actually need these things. Or this one could be quite good. I'll keep that. This one's just basic. Don't really care for that much, and don't care for that much at the moment. Don't need the boots. They can all go. But this is pretty cool. I'll keep hold of this. Might use it later.
Stick to the cairns.
So now going to my stash, I'm just going to put it in there for now. Cool. Don't want to use those at the moment, so leave that there. We've got an uncut skill gem, level 2. So we'll right click on that. Decide what else we're going to upgrade to level 2. Look at all gems if we want to, and what else we want to do. Nothing else at the moment here that we want to worry about. So, the level 1 and level 2. We could potentially go for... I like the Frozen Locust. It's quite cool because it gives the ability to explode in a radius of 2 meters and 50% more freeze build up. It gives you 13% chance to do a critical hit, 7% base cold damage. So, quite like this. Does require the quarterstaff though, so we would have to hold that quarterstaff behind us to be able to use that. But having that would be quite cool. These are the quarterstaffs. So there's nothing on axe at the moment. Crossbow we're not using. We can't do anything on sword at the moment. It's all coming soon. So we've got quarterstaff, mace, or elemental. So we can do this, but this needs more intelligence to be able to do this. So 2 more intelligence and we can do what's known as a flame wall. This is kind of like just magic stuff that we can do. Ocular, we can't do those at the moment, but that would be pretty cool later. Primal is coming soon, and so is Flower. So not really much else we can do at the moment, but we do have the quarterstaff, so we're going to go ahead and take ourselves the Frozen Locust. Quite a good one to have. I'll engrave that. I've got that new skill. I can go and add it. And then I can simply... If I swap this over, now I can add it. So I can't use it unless I have the quarterstaff out. So just got to bear that in mind, but it's there. Alright, so next thing we need to do is talk to Una.
Welcome to the Camp of the Lost. I am Una. I know you and I never met in the village, but Renly has been sick with worry about you since he got here. You must
I'm
have
going to
heard
let you
the
go through the
roots
story
of
yourself.
fear that our
I'm going to
lands-
do a quest. Alright, so now I've got a quest I need to do. Travel through the Clearfell to the Grellwood.
We will survive this.
Alright, so we're pretty much through the introduction now. I think at this stage you know exactly what you're going to do. Now the only problem I've got is because I'm back here, it's reset. Now we've already been here once, but now it's reset itself. I have to go back through it again. And as you can see, loads of wolves. It's very easy to kill them. And I know where I'm going. So all I'm going to do is just head straight to that area I went to before. Now I have a feeling this is early access and it's not meant to do this. I think once this is done, you should be okay. Go through there. There's the mud burrow. So remember that was there. We're just going to keep heading up this way. That was the area there. Back again, so we could go and fight that boss again. We're not going to. We're just going to head up this way. We remember it was up this way somewhere. Here we go. There it is. So now we're just going to go straight through it. Again, you can see the areas are the same. That's fine. We're going to go into the Grellwood. And now exactly the same as what happened before. We can go and clear the area, learn our way around.
The Grellwood has changed.
But we need to
Not for
search
better.
the Grellwood for evidence of the Count's activities. So the way I tend to do this is how I showed you before, just go around the edge. That's the ice that we can put down. Now I can still do this because I've got the quarterstaff, so even though I'm not using the quarterstaff, there we go, throws him. Very nice. New enemies that we have to be careful of. This is a fungal zombie. This is another zombie, so you've got to be careful of this one. So what happens when he falls on the floor is he poisons you. So just knock him down, but then get out of the way. Sometimes, not always, they pop.
Dodge this!
Oh, we're going to get out of the way of that. Look at how quick our health is going down now. These guys are on fire. I'm trying to blow up on us. Gotta be careful of the embers. Okay. Cauldron here. If we go inside, there's going to be a...
It's been many years. Does the witch still live here?
And you can see the damage this witch has got. So she's got a shield on. We need to kill the shield first.
Hammer and anvil!
Okay, so now the shield's done. We're working on the HP now. Getting out of the ice area there. As you can see, look, we're taking loads of damage now, getting really hurt, trying to get our shield up. Every time she moves, she picks her shield back up, look. So now, if we leave her, her shield comes back up, it's harder to kill her. So we need to move. We're very close to dying ourselves. Because right now we're close to dying, she's going to chase us, everything else is going to chase us. We're pretty much dead, unless we can get out of this. Now maybe we can, we might just be alright. It's going to be a tight one. Okay. No, we died. There we go. The first time we died there was too much for us. So resurrect at the checkpoint. And we're back to here. So struggling to kill that witch at the moment. Gonna have another go at it. Dead again. So as you can see, it gets quite hard quite quickly. So you might have to go back. You're not quite ready to kill this witch yet. We are able to do some decent damage here. So as long as we can stay out of the area where we're going to get cold. Also, if we haven't cleared the area before we do something like this, we are going to end up in trouble. As you can see, look, taking loads of damage here. We can go back inside, filter things through. Make it a bit easier for us, but she is going to come in here. We have to get out. This is what's going to kill us. We'll move away. She'll come and chase us. Right, this should be it. Very nice.
It seems no one is safe from corruption.
Alright, so that was a very, very hard one to kill. And if we die now, we'll have to come back to this checkpoint and do that whole thing again. So we're going to be very careful what we're doing here. We've got to search still, so we're still looking around. And these are the situations that can now get quite overwhelming. So we're going to go for the ranged goods first. We're going to take them out. Alright, that's nice. Okay. We're going to keep looking around. Again, trying to find the evidence of the Count's activities. That's what we're looking for.
Crush them!
Alright, keep going down in this general direction. Doesn't really matter what way you go. Quite like the AoE damage on these heroes. Remembering to dodge wherever you can. Alright, we're going to move out the way. There we go, we've leveled up. That's nice. have a look at what we can do here. So we'll level up. Life regeneration would be quite nice, but so would some extra melee damage. We're not really doing much damage, so I quite like the idea of going and doing more damage. As opposed to life regeneration at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and go this way. Doesn't really matter what way you go, you can do whatever you want, but that's what I'm going to do. Also just keeping an eye out. We've got some stuff here, got a wooden club. We definitely need a new weapon, that's the next thing we need to do. We've been very unlucky as to not find another club yet. Alright. Looking on the map, as you can see. Still working out where it is we need to go. Perfect. Okay, just kill these guys off, and we're going to go on the map here to the moving bramble that we can see there. Right, so this here is a checkpoint, and that's good because if we go into here, we're going to get locked in. And there's another little mini boss to fight.
The very ground turns against me.
This guy, he can be really difficult. I think the best way to fight him is just to keep hitting him. Just man up, fight him, do as much damage as you can until he gets to the point where he's going to start slamming down. When it looks like he's going to start slamming down, just back off. Because that's where it can really start to play. Fires all his stuff out. Right, when he does that, it looks like he's going to slam on the ground, so get out of his way. Okay. The problem is you can do really, really well all the way up until the last minute, and then you just get hit, and he can one-shot you and you're dead. So you've got to be very careful what you're doing. Try not to get too caught out on this. As you can see. I'm going to avoid all this stuff that's firing at us. Hopefully, we should be dead here.
Nice. This can't go on.
Alright, let's have a look. What do we have here? This wooden club, not really that good. So let's see what this one does. Not really that much more. I've got an uncut skill gem here, so this is going to allow us to upgrade. And do that. This is a medium life flask, so we'll take a medium life flask, which is better than a smaller one, and a medium mana flask. So this one's recovering 72. This one recovers 70, so actually this one's better, even though this is a medium, because this is a of the constant. This one's actually a lot better anyway. So rope calves. I don't think we need that at the moment. We do have another gem here, so that one we can use to get rage if we wanted to. We'll engrave that as well. Portive vest, don't think we need that. We'll identify this. We will identify this one. Yeah, we just don't have enough to put that on. This one's given us 32 accuracy and 3 mana per enemy killed. This one's requires level 5. But it does give us 12 armor and +8 to dexterity. So actually, I think this one might be a better one for us. This is still good to have. But I think that one might be better for us. Alright. That's the stuff we can get rid of. That's fine, that's all good. We can get rid of this as well. Keep that one. We don't need that. This one's actually better, but not by much. I mean, we can change it over, but it's not that much better. It's just got a lightning attack on it. Alright, so let's go into town quickly and let's go and get ourselves a new weapon because it's been ages. We haven't found one yet. We're really struggling now. So what we're going to do is just go and buy. We should have some money.
Why, look, it's feeling lucky.
We go and sell all the stuff we don't want. We'll keep hold of those. We don't really want the one-handed mace. It's not very good. Maybe we'll go for the random two-handed mace. It's random. Not ideal that it's random, but 560. We have got enough. We'll get rid of this shield. The shield's nice to have, but if we got rid of the shield for now, bought this. It's going to cost us a lot. Oh, it's a random one, so that's actually really good. 15 to 21, so okay. We'll grab that. Now, we can't put a shield in now because it's one-handed, right? That's why we don't have a shield. We do have the quarterstaff. So we could swap the quarterstaff out for the shield, but I don't think we need to at the moment, so we'll leave that. The wooden club, well, we'll keep the wooden club in that for the moment.
Later.
So we'll put that in there with that. And we'll also keep that as well. They can come in. All stuff that we might use later. Alright. So we're a little bit better. Let's go and fill up our health. So we've got better health now. Well, a bigger flask, which means we can just recover more over longer periods of time. Alright, and we're back. So now continuing to look around. Keep going down here, see what we can find. As you can see, shields are going down really, really quickly, so we do have to be careful. But now we're doing a lot more damage. Let's do that. Actually a lot easier to kill things now with this, so much better. Alright, we'll keep looking around. We'll get a bit of a following. There we go. And then we'll just destroy them all at once. Gives us a chance to get our shield back as well. Two hits now, very nice. Alright, so cache is something we can go to. You can click on this, pick some stuff up, gold or whatever it might be there. Alright, we did that area. We're just having a quick look over here to see what we can find. Nope, dead end, nothing here. I believe these are procedurally generated biomes as well, so every time you come into them it might be slightly different. So where something may have been last time doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be there this time. But yeah, it looks like we found it. There's the waypoint.
I remember this place.
Here we are. The Count's
By decree
sentencing.
of the Count of Ogham.
Let's summon Una.
What happened here?
And we can
This
talk to her.
shade, is it still alive? To release that being from the Tree of Souls, we'll need more than simply cutting his rope. There is a battlefield not far from here that Renly will know how to forge them.
Alright, so
I'll
now we
wait
need to
here.
search the Red
The old
Veil
magics will
for
protect
Obelisks
me.
of Rust, which contain runes of power. I need to find the entrance to the Red Veil. If I press U, go onto the world map, you can see we started at the riverbank, went to the Clearfell encampment, moved across to Clearfell, cleared the mud burrow. Moving over here now to the Grailwood, which is where we are. We now need to go to the Red Veil. We can also go to the Grim Tangle. 2 ways out of here, so we know there's 2 exits here. And there's the Forgotten Witch, which is in Grailwood, and there's also the Bramblegast. And we've actually killed both of those. But over here in Clearfell, there is another one we haven't found yet, which is the Era of the Rotten Pack. So I think that's a werewolf we haven't found yet. So, yeah, you can see what we need to do. And also the Tree of Souls, which is where we're at the moment. So that looks like the Tree of Souls that we're at. Alright, we're going to continue looking. So no exits at the moment. We can try over this way. It looks like we haven't been this way yet. So all we're trying to do at the moment is find those little doors that are kind of an exit for us. Those little red little exits. Okay.
Dodge this!
As you can see, they're popping off. Be careful about them. Alright, we'll try up first, see what we can find. You can see they explode sometimes, you've got to be careful with them. Okay. Gonna keep looking around here. No doors out at the moment. So what we're going to do is put this down. We don't even need it. We'll get the rawhide boots. All stuff that we can sell. What we're doing at the moment is there's Clearfell there. We'll go and have a look up this way. We don't actually need to get into a fight if we don't want to. We can just run away. You will get to a point where you'll have to turn around and fight them. So, because we're able to do really good AoE damage, it's just easier to kill them in one go, I find. They will stop. They'll de-aggro after a while and stop chasing you. Okay, nothing up here. Still looking on that map. If anything's ranged like this, like these guys that have these little catapult things, you kind of want to take them out first, because at range they can do damage after a while if you're not careful. If you need to get closer to them, just press space and get closer to them. You have to do damage that way. Wow, okay, so what we're going to do is put this down and put that down on top of it, and then big AoE damage there. So what I normally do in a situation like that is I put down the Earthquake. So Earthquake first. Once the Earthquake is down, I press R on top of it, and then what I'll normally do is a T-swing on top, and then they'll fight or get stopped by slowed by this. The Earthquake will get them, so it's kind of a nice little combo. You'll figure out what works best for you and what you like. And again, you can always move stuff if you want to. So I could even put the Earthquake in first. Then I can go for this because that's the order I want to put it into. Followed by that, and if I need to, end it with that. So that's now in order, so I can go one after the other. So what I would do is put down the Earthquake. And I would put down this. Like so. Gotta be careful of this bright yellow stuff. It will explode. It's poisonous if you get too close to it. So if you get close to it, it lights up and it explodes. Be careful of that. There we go. There's the Grim Tangle. We found the Grim Tangle. That was not what we're looking for though, because we want the red Vow. So I think we just need to keep coming down this way. Oh look, lots going on here. So what we're going to do is put this one down, this down on top of it. Nice. Same thing, we'll put this down here, put this down on top of it. Do one of these. Here we go, the red Vow, so we found it. So there you go. So now we know we've got a Grim Tangle and a red Vow on this side. Just keep an eye on this map. And we're into a new area.
These were not my ancestors, but I still respect their valor.
Because we've got a waypoint, if I click on that, I can now travel to any of these points. So I can come straight here and fast travel. As long as I've been somewhere, I can go there. So I could come up to the Grim Tangle if I wanted to. So for example, if I went back to the Grellwood now and fast traveled there, because I've already done this, this is going to take me to that waypoint. Now I can see where I need to go to the Grim Tangle. It's just straight across. If I do this just quickly now to show you. Now I think once you've explored an area, it should remain explored, but it is early access. So if ever you find you have to re-explore the area, I don't think that's intentional. I might be wrong. Maybe that's a feature, not a bug. Now we're in the Grim Tangle, go to the waypoint. Now I can click on the waypoint. Now I can go straight across to the red Vow. And it's just a much, much easier way to be able to fast travel between places. Alright. So far so good. Now I haven't found a checkpoint in quite some time, so these things are horrible because they spit at you. Take them out quickly. These things are just weird legs with teeth. Alright, the routes are impassable for now, so we can't do that, but we need to search the red Vow for obelisks of Rusk containing runes of power. So there's a checkpoint, we're good. Now if we die, we know we're coming back here. There's an obelisk of Rusk coming straight down. First thing I would recommend doing before you touch it is just killing anyone on the outside. Right, we'll just go and get on top of these guys. You can see that our health is going down. We could really do with getting out of this. Perfect. Almost died there. But we're good. Full health, full shield. Now we've killed everything in the area of this. Now we can click on it. In doing so, we're going to have to defeat a load of monsters. Go after the range guys first. Can't stress that enough. And a level up, perfect. Grab some gold, kill the last guy, and now we can grab the rune. So now we've got that.
They still defend their land.
You'll see it here, there is the item we just picked up. We've also got an uncut skill gem. Then we can go for level 2 earthquake now, so that's now done. Nothing else there that we really care about. Body armor there looks quite nice, we'll identify that, see if it's worth keeping. And boots there as well, could be good. 26 armor on the boots is nice. 10% increased rare items that are found, that could be good. 9% fire resistance, 17 to max life. Don't think I want to get rid of that because it's 31 armor. That's 45 armor though. It could be better to have this. Gives us a little bit more life. The other stuff here, Don't really want it. Don't really care for it much. All right, good to go. We have got another skill point though, so we can go for more life regeneration, which could be nice. Just keeps us alive a little bit longer if we need to. I don't really want to go for that though. I'm happy that I've got the armor on here. I kind of want to get more damage. I just kind of feel like I need more damage. I want to get around to this brutal. I think that's going to be a good place to get to. And then there's stuff that we can do here. Look, more melee damage, things like that as we start to move across. And yeah. Again, you can figure out what works best. There's definitely going to be metas that will be fun to play with. Your first build's probably not going to be your best build. If you create a new character, anything that is in your stash will remain. So anything that is in your stash between characters will remain. Oh, this is going to be dangerous. Let's
Crush them!
put that down there with one of them. Get out of his way. Perfect. Lots of archers, spitters, things that just like to get you from distance. Okay, redeploying arms.
I've nowhere to keep that.
Let's head back to the portal quickly because we can't pick anything else up. Alright, all we can do is speak to Finn.
Spirits in the trees be dead. Oh.
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 Okay, buy, sell some items. We can get around and talk to him if we need to.
Trust me. Guess
We're
I
going
can
to get rid of this stuff. We'll
move
keep
it
that.
for you.
60 armor and 60 armor, that could be quite good. 45 armor. Fur plate looks quite good. That one can go. Don't really need that. Boots, 22 armor. Don't need the raw hides. 26 armor, so that's going to be much better. So we'll get rid of these ones. Yeah, this one's 19% increased armor. Kind of might keep them on the floor at the moment. Don't need the attune one, that can go. Fur plate 60 armor, that's quite cool. This one we don't need that. 17 to max life. I almost feel like the fur plate's going to be better at the moment, and then that one can go. This is what you're going to find yourself doing, is just, oh, I like this, I like that, I want this, I want that. Random amulet, we don't need that. Random ring. We don't have any rings or belts at the moment. I don't really want to spend that much money on a belt. It's a lot of money to spend. Not really great to be able to do this stuff. And if we need to buy anything back, we can do that as well.
Remember us when you're famous, eh?
Alright, let's just go and fill up here. Back into the Red Vow. So we have another 2 of those to do.
Ominous, but it might hold the runes I seek.
That's better. Okay, so heading over this way.
Hammer and anvil!
Same thing again. Just nice, easy way to kill him. Okay, rusted arms here. We can open this.
I've nowhere to keep that.
Same thing now, fill up again, so can keep going back. Selling things off, getting more gold, making more space.
You feeling lucky?
Don't really want that. Not
Yeah,
bothered about it.
sure.
Don't need those either.
I'll
Get rid
take
of
it
those.
off your hands.
Yep, not too bothered about that. For the
Remember us
stash,
when you're famous, eh?
keep these 2 in here for now. Cool. Go to the well. Back into the Vale.
Ominous, but it might hold the runes I seek.
Let's try down here and see what happens. Oh, this is not a good area to beat. I'm actually going to die here. I'm stuck. I can't get out. Right. Got lucky. Sometimes when you get a bit surrounded like that, it can be difficult to get out of places, but that one worked out okay. Whoa. Again, gotta be very careful. Put that down. Put that down with it. They'll come over here. Checkpoint now, which is nice. We need that. And there's another obelisk up here, which is perfect. Get the refined arms. We'll go around the outside of this first, just to clear all these, because what we don't want to do is have to fight all of these with all of the monsters that are going to come up. Especially when we're getting absolutely destroyed by these things.
Crush them!
Alright, so we've been electrocuted, as you can see. The shock there did a bit of damage to us, but we're okay. We've managed to clear the area. Nothing else here, so now we can click on this. Same as before. We'll kill these guys. Now every time you kill these guys, you do end up getting yourself... Oh, you don't die. And these range guys are the ones that do the most damage. I'm going to get out of the way there. I'll get them all to chase me up here. Put this down here with one of these. They'll fight that, get slowed by it, and then that whole thing will kill them. Alright, and then we'll grab that one.
What?
Two more guys up
Who
here.
was
We'll
that?
just kill these. And there's one more we need to find. So we did one over here, we did one over here. So now we're just going to keep going left and assume that the next one might be over here somewhere. Perfect. Wow. A lot of these guys just simple one hits now. We're getting a bit stronger, so that's good. We're going to level up again in a minute, which is nice.
Dodge this!
These are the guys that are a problem. We've got to kill these ones because they poison us. These ones shock us.
have nowhere to keep that.
All right. Head back. Straight to the well. Top up. Over to
Care
Finn.
to take a look at my
And let's see
feeling
what we
lucky?
picked up here. So, Iron Crown. Yeah, we don't have that yet. So what we'll do is we'll put that on. Now we've got that on. That's nice. We don't need that. That's
Deal.
fine. We'll keep that. They can go. This is a superior medium mana flask, which is 74 10 over 65. So 74 10 over 65 over 3 seconds. Yeah, this one's slightly better. Only slightly better, but it is slightly better. So 74 over 3 seconds as opposed to 72 over 2 seconds. So it's good. We'll still keep that one though. That is a good one to have. Long quarterstaff. Right, so we can actually swap that out. Get rid of the wrap one, and we can have this one instead. 9 to 18 as opposed to 7 to 12, so that's much better. So we'll get rid of that. Body armor 45. Yeah, we don't need that one. That can go. We don't need a cool vest. That can go. We'll keep an eye on this. Could be good to have. Keep that. Could be good to have. Those two are items we need to keep because they're all quest items. So into the stash. Stuff that we'll look at later. I'm not saying we're going to keep that stuff, but we will for now, and then we'll figure out later whether what we want to do with it. And as we get better stuff, we'll just go from there. All right, back into the Red Veil, looking for that last
Ominous, but it
rune of
might
power.
hold the runes I seek.
So we've been all the way along the bottom here. We're kind of working our way up now. Again, if you work your way around, I tend to find it's easier to work around the outside first and find out where all the exits are. And then you can just fill in the middle. Checkpoint, which means there it is. We can see it there. On the map, it is just to the left of us. And we've got the checkpoint, which is great. So let's clear the area.
Last
Crush them!
Okay, let's get this guy. It's the guys with the bows and arrows. They're the problem. Okay. So now all of that's done. Kind of should have done that first and then come back to the checkpoint, but it is what it is. So let's do this now. Next boss. This one's a bit of a challenge, but I honestly find the best way to deal with a Rust King is just toe to toe. Just literally hit him, dodge, hit him, dodge. Just keep doing that. You can see I've already done nearly half his health already. Then he'll do that and fire these arrows. And I'm dead. It's just a one hit like that. You've got to be so careful. I had no shield though, to be fair. Alright, let's go back and try that again. Now the problem is,
ominous.
I'm going to have to kill all of this stuff again now.
Runes I seek.
And this is why it's a little bit annoying. I'll wait for that shield to come back up. Don't take too long. Only a 26 shield now though, need more armour. To look at the items I have. I leveled up, that's fine. Right, he's on the floor, so I can keep hitting him. I'm doing loads of damage at once, which is great. I'm stuck. I couldn't move. I was stuck. We'll try one more time. We've still got the level up that we just got, which is nice.
Ominous, but it might hold the runes I seek.
See, now is the problem that I'm not only just killing him, I'm killing everything around him. Kind of what makes this a bit of a problem.
Hammer and anvil!
As you can see, again, absolutely destroy here. Put that and that down. We'll run over here. Still up a minute. So now what we've got to do is dodge those. Alright, he's on the floor. I'm doing loads of damage to him. Nice. Alright. We got there. Let's pick all this stuff up.
There is nothing left to defend.
We've got everything we need. Now we need to travel to the encampment. So let's do that from where we are. We've got this rusty chest while we're here. The mask there. There's also some stuff up here. Let's just pick this up while we're here. Cool. All right. So at this stage, playing the game, I think you're going to have a very, very good understanding of how to play it. You just got to find your meta and what works for you. We need to bring the runes to Renly for forging. So up the top here, we know Renly's here.
Area spikes, but I would ask what you need.
Okay, now we've got a new quest item, so we take that, put it in there. So now we've got the rune spikes. Now we need to go back to where we just come from.
Father. I still have
Not the
much
red
to
vow.
learn.
We need to go to the waypoint. We need to go back to the tree. The tree we know was actually in Grellwood, so we'll go back to here. Here's the tree, so now we can go and put these in. So we'll put one in here. We'll put one in here.
What happened here?
And one in here. All right. Speak to Una about what you just witnessed.
But he's breathing.
Done. All right. Meet Una in Clarefield. So now we need to go back. So we'll go to the waypoint again. Going to go back to the encampment. We need to do two things now. We need to speak to Renly and we need to speak to Una. So let's go back up and speak to Renly first.
So you're going back? They should still be near the fort.
Yep. So that's done. So now we need to go to another village. So we'll do that later. Don't need to do that right
Stick to
now.
the cairns.
Talk to Una who's here.
Only by accounts, the grim tangle.
All right, quest complete. So travel to the Grim Triangle now for the Mysterious Shade. So that's the next thing to do. And also, so we can see here, the Grim Tangle. We can go straight there. Because if you remember before, we went and just got the waypoint. And then once there, we're on our way. There'll be one exit out of there that will take us to Cemetery of the Eternals, which will then take us up to the farmlands and to the village, which is where we need to go. So as we kind of go through, this is only Act 1 here, but as we go through Act 1 in the world, and you start to see these quests as you go through them here, you can see everything you completed, what you're currently doing. And that's it. Everything between underground, as you can see here, and overground. That is it. That is the game, and hopefully you've enjoyed this introduction. We're going to do a little bit more melee damage here. Get those points on the go. And I'm going to continue playing, but this has been 2 hours, and I think you've got everything that you need to know at this stage to be set for the game. There's a couple of things that we didn't quite go through. We covered the inventory, just to do a recap. We pretty much know everything there is to know about the inventory screen. Here you can see, look, we've got a level 3 uncut, so let's just go and do that. Armor breaker, infernal cry, you can see now. We can upgrade some of these to level 3, or shield charge, shockwave totem, infernal cry, or armor breaker. And as you can see, like hammer of the gods, some really cool things here that you can get as you go through. So if I click on that, you can even see what it does. You can actually watch kind of a thing of it here.
It causes an extra shockwave from any jagged ground it hits.
There we go. Infernal cry.
Infernal cry puts a debuff on enemies that makes them explode when they die.
Okay.
Using Armor Breaker repeatedly against enemies will break their armor, allowing you to deal more physical damage. Look out for this symbol to see which enemies have high armor.
There we go.
There are many other skills that have additional effects on monsters if their armor is broken.
There we go. Alright, we can't do this one yet. But everything else that we've got there we can upgrade if we want to. There's all gems as well. So you can look at the other stuff if you want to get it. But yes, that opens up a few new options. Alright, so skills panel. We've talked about all the different skills that you can get. And the support. As you level up, you can have up to 5 support slots for each skill. So you can see that as you go. Next thing here is the passive skill tree. We've just talked about this. And we've seen just how big this is. You can see where we've barely even started. Barely even started at the moment. There's a lot to do here. Character screen, so you get an idea of the character screen and everything that's happening there. World screen, we've already talked about. So you understand this now. We haven't covered Atlas skill tree yet. So this is control and use. So if I went to... Yeah, that one's not showing up at the moment, so we can't do that. So if we looked at... Yeah, it's not showing up. Overlay map, that's when we're within. I think this is when you are... If I go back, and I might not be able to do it in here, but control and U. Maybe I'll go into the red Val and see if it works from there. I haven't actually done this one myself yet. I don't actually know what this one does.
Ominous, but it might hold the runes I seek.
You do have extra slots here with control, which is interesting. Overlay map, social screen. If you want to look at any of the social aspects of the game, very simple there. Any events that are happening, you can see the events with the full schedule, which will take you to a website to have a look at that. Any cosmetics that you own or want to buy, you'll be able to see that from there. And then finally, the last thing is just the options of the game. That's it. We've covered everything. You know everything. Enjoy. I hope this has been a useful video. Please let me know in the comments what build you're going for. If you found a meta or something you enjoy, let me know in the comments. I'm going to try out some of those suggestions and see what works. But yeah, enjoy. Let me know what character you're playing. Let me know what build you went for. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.